Alright, hello everyone, my name is Manzander, but you can just call me the Sex Addict. And today we're doing the leveling guide I promised everyone for brand new people to the World of Warcraft. And today we are going to be creating our character. So the basis of your first character is you're going to want to look for a few things. First, you're going to want to choose Alliance or Horde. Honestly, if you don't have any friends who play World of Warcraft, it really doesn't matter. But if you do have friends, ask them what server they're on. Make sure you get on the same server. And ask them what faction they play, because if they all play Horde and you make a human, you're totally screwed. Second thing you want to look for in your very first character in the World of Warcraft is the role. Typically, the first character you make should, I think, be one of the triple hybrids. Now, there's three roles: Tank, who takes all the damage; Healer, who heals his group for the damage; and Damage, who just deals damage, and when he gets hurt, the healer heals him. But what I would recommend actually is a class that can play a tank role, and your choices would be Paladin, Warrior, and I'm only showing this on the Tauren because I'm going to be making a Tauren because they're very good tanks. Warriors, Paladins, and Druids can all be tanks. So can Death Knights, but you can't make one of those till you have a level 55 character, so we're not even going to worry about that. And so you're going to want to choose Druid, Paladin, or Warrior. These are solely my recommendations. You could, if you want your first character to be a priest or a rogue, you by all means can choose that, but I would recommend a tanking class. And so I said that Tauren are good tanks. The only reason being is that they naturally have very high stamina, and stamina is a in-game stat that gives you health. Tauren, or the Minotaur, the cow people, actually have a racial ability, and all races have racial abilities that are listed here. They have one that increases their base health by 5%. So this naturally makes them good tanks. I think they're one of the better tanking races. Honestly, you can choose any race you want, but I'm going with Tauren. I'm going to choose a Paladin because I've never played a Paladin before. And then you can go ahead and choose what kind of skin color, face. You can customize all these things. It really doesn't matter. Chocolate milk. Alright. Face. And honestly, it doesn't matter what most of this stuff looks like. So we're just gonna choose like the coolest stuff. I like that one. And we'll go with that. Yeah, no one's really gonna judge you by your character appearance. So, okay, and I named mine Bouffalant. If you don't know what that is, it is a Pokemon, kind of like Tauros, but Tauros was already taken. And so we're just going to hit accept. We're going to enter world. Wait for it to load here. I'll grab a drink. Computer takes a while to load this, so forgive me. And you're gonna have this cinematic that introduces your race and kind of a little backstory and stuff. To skip that, go ahead and push your escape key. And are you sure you want to cancel the cinematic? Yes. No, I don't. Oh, forgive my add-ons here. We're just gonna close that. Let me shift stuff. Don't worry about any of this. You will not have this on your screen. Okay. Just going to drag that over there. First thing I do is zoom out. I don't really like being close because eventually you'll have enemies coming from behind you, so get used to being zoomed out at least a little bit. You're going to notice you have one attack, and so this is now basically a paladin leveling guide because I will be playing a paladin. Is Crusader Strike, and I actually have beginner tooltips on, and I think I'll keep those on till around level 30 or so. Maximum level is 85. So Crusader Strike, it costs 6 mana out of 76. It has a 4.5 second cooldown, and the little tooltip says you attack the enemy with your weapon. So it's just, you have your automatic attack, or auto attack, obviously, abbreviations, and then you get your Crusader Strike, so an extra swing in there. And every race, right when you start out, you're going to have a quest to do. So you're going to go ahead and right click, and then just left click. You can either read this little blurb if you're really curious about the lore behind this whole storyline, but I just usually automatically hit accept. And then you're going to see this little arrow up here, and it says the first step, which over here is your quest name. So you're just going to want to follow that, and it says follow the path east out of Camp Narachi and find Gruul Hawkwind. So we're going to do that. This is going to take a while. I'm going to go ahead and just move this real quick. And the reason I chose to make a paladin is that paladin's the resource is mana, and warriors have a thing called rage, and from what I've seen, I don't know this to be a fact, but managing rage is a lot harder than managing mana, because mana, you can increase your mana and increase the rate at which you gain mana back, but with rage you really can't do that as well as you can with mana. Okay, and you see here, kill 6 bristleback invaders, and you get to choose. You will be able to choose one of these rewards. So we're obviously going to go with this two-handed mace here, and it says right here that it is plus 1.1 damage per second. So basically it just does more damage. We're going to go ahead and accept that. And you'll notice that all these people now have red names above their heads, and those are your targets. So we're just going to go click on one, and you go up and your guy will automatically hit. And we can use Crusader Strike for that extra hit. And there we go, we've got 1 out of 6. And if you click, if you hit your shift key and then right click, you'll automatically receive all the loot that he drops. So we're just going to go ahead and kill this guy. Alright. And I know this is going slow for you guys because obviously this is a live commentary and some of these quests are just balls boring. But I wanted to do a live commentary because I'm not very good at the whole record the video then make a commentary. I find myself to be a little bit more livelier when I'm doing the live commentary. Just jumping around this guy. And we need to kill one more. Let's grab this guy. Run up to him. War Stomp. Oh, but he's immune, so it doesn't matter. And now the reason I said to choose a tanking class as your first class is fairly simple. You see here, Dungeon Finder, a tool to help you find a group to join or find additional players to complete your newly created or existing group. This feature becomes available at level 15. Now, the basis of that is that a large portion of players are damaging players. A smaller percent are healers, and even a smaller percent are tanks. So when you're a tank, you are in very high demand. Go ahead, and to equip a weapon, just right click. You're in very high demand, so it is very easy for you to find groups to go do dungeons with, and dungeons will give you extreme amounts of experience. And lost my train of thought.